So, good afternoon. My name is Melanie Moreno, and joining me here today is Kendra Pinedo. So, Kendra, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Pomona, California, so this city is my home. I was born and raised here.
What's your cultural background?
So my family is from Mexico. My dad was born in Michoacan and my mom was born in Jalisco. And they were both in Mexico for most of their teenage years, and then they both immigrated to this country separately, and then they met here. And they had myself and my sister. So we're born in the US, but both of our parents are from Mexico.
What is your occupation?
So my occupation, I have a lot of different roles. My official title is program manager at Bright Prospect. And all that means is that I get to work with a team of people that work directly with high school students. And our specific task is to prepare the high school juniors for senior year. But I'm also a mentor. Sometimes we call ourselves coaches. I'm a therapist at times. I'm also just doing different things that are not related to our students, but just to help the organization run. But my official title, program manager.
What is your most important accomplishment in life?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna think about this a little bit because I have several accomplishments. Um, can I do two?
Yeah.
Can I give you two? Okay.
Yeah.
One of them was achieving college graduation. Because since I was very young, I knew that my parents didn't have the opportunity to further their education, and that was important for them to have their kids achieve that. So to me, I really wanted to make that a reality for them through me. So to me, that was a huge accomplishment. I felt such a sense of satisfaction when I crossed the stage with my diploma and my parents were seeing me graduate. That's a big one. The second one that's as equally as important doesn't have anything to do with me, but it has to do with the students that I work with. Because I've been working in the city now for 7 years, and I get to see our students achieve that same goal, which I know is very important to so many of our students. And that feels like an amazing, it's very beautiful to witness when others are able to achieve their own goals. And knowing that you played a small part in that journey gives me just an immense amount of happiness, of satisfaction, and of accomplishment because you were able to do it. And I feel very honored to have just been a part of that process.
And how did you decide what you wanted to study?
So when I went to college, I had no clue what I wanted to study. I just knew I liked different things. I liked history, I liked statistics, I liked dance, I liked education. But it wasn't until I got to Smith College, the college that I graduated from, that I was able to study different things. So I took a Japanese class because I thought I wanted to do foreign languages, and I took a stats class, and I took a variety of different courses until I got to my first Spanish class, and that really, really changed my life. It gave me a new appreciation for my first language and just for my culture in general, and it also broadened my experiences of what I thought was Spanish. So because I had such a positive experience there, I decided to pursue Spanish while keeping education in mind because I was still very much invested in education. So I did my I did my bachelor's in Spanish language and literature, and then I did my teaching credentials as well during the same time.
What are some of the important choices or decisions you made that you have learned from?
One of the most important things that I think I learned that led to me making good decisions was just doing a lot of observation. I like to learn from others, whether they do well or whether they struggle. I'm very, very observant when studying other people, whether they're in front of me or via books or in film or just in history. Just learning what others do has led me to make conscious decisions about my life. So one, it's just being conscious of my surroundings and the people that are around me. I like to think that that was helpful in me making decisions, but also asking for help has been something that I wasn't good at doing when I was in high school, because I didn't think I needed help and I didn't want to ask for help, because I felt that I thought I had to know it all myself and I had to figure it out on my own. So when I met different people that did support me and got me to the next level or to the next steps in my journey, I was very grateful for that. And that's something that I practice all the time now, where I ask for help, where I invest in others too that have helped me along the way.
And can you give your own opinion on this? Do you think a person needs to first overcome serious setbacks or challenges to be truly successful?
I think it helps um, to know what it means to fail, because there's a different type of growth that takes place when you do fail and you hit challenges. Um, and I always like to tell our students that when you get new teeth, it hurts, right? A tooth just doesn't grow um, um, without it bursting through stuff to get to where it needs to be at. And it's painful at times, right? Like your wisdom teeth, when they're trying to come out and they're messing with the other teeth, it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I think that definitely is important in growth and being successful. Is it necessary? I can't say, because I don't know everyone's story, and there's some people out there that are very successful that maybe haven't had to go through challenges, or they're just different types of challenges. But I think it is very, very helpful.
What are some of the biggest changes you've seen in your lifetime?
Oh gosh, I've seen a huge shift in this city. Um, Overall, I've seen a lot of shift in mindsets of what people in Pomona are capable of, which makes me very, very proud. Whether it's its reputation or the downtown area, or even just the families that live here, I truly believe that this city has elevated itself in many different ways and in many different areas, to be a city that's valuable, to be a city that's important and significant to the rest of the county and the rest of the state. So that's been one of the things that I've noticed that that has been positive. There's been other negative things like in the political landscape, and things that haven't left a good sense of hope for a lot of people. But I'm a pretty hopeful person, and sometimes we're presented with challenges overall as a country or as a state or as a city or as a community, and we're able to kind of problem solve and brainstorm and then find better solutions and move forward. So I don't know if I answered your question completely, but that's what I have.
And who were your heroes or role models when you were young?
How young? Because I have so many. Like when I was like 4, Barney was like my hero. You know, the Power Rangers and my Barbies. So around my age. When I was younger, just in general.
Yeah, when you were young.
I think for most of us, we see our family members as our heroes, and for me, especially my dad, was my main hero because of just his story, having only achieved a third grade education, being part of the Bracero program when the U.S. contracted Mexican workers to work the lands here. Just overall, he's such a cool dude. I know so much, and is very sharp and is full of sayings or dichos. Like he's just talking in dichos all the time. To me, he still is and will always be my main hero in life. But I've also had other mentors and people that I've looked up to, whether I've interacted with them or just because they're famous, that I look up to them, like Abraham Lincoln, Frida Kahlo, Tim Sandoval has been one of my mentors for a long time. Some of my friends and my colleagues, people that I work with, have been a huge source of inspiration and motivation. And my mama too, she's my hero too. She's just works hard and has been through a lot. So that's my short list of people that I can think of right now at the top of my head.
And one more question.
Okay.
Who are the 3 people in life you admire most?
Living? Dead?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
3 people. Okay, I'm gonna say my dad. I just admire him a lot, and I've already kind of expressed a little bit more. I'll add to what I've said about my dad is that he's such a hard worker and is very wise about just how he lives his life, but he's also very musical. He plays the violin, he sings, and I love that my father is artistic because he's such an old, reserved Mexican man that having this artistic side to him has been such a wonderful experience growing up. And that's where I get my artistic side from. So I'll say my dad is one of the people that I admire the most. I will say my mom as well because she became a mom at a very young age and then immigrated to this country with my brother. And what she went through at 16, being such a young mom, has been something that is incredibly tough to hear when I hear her story and how she struggled so much coming to this country and just growing up alongside with my brother, her son. That's been very admirable of her to just hear her story. I still always get very emotional when I hear it, and I'll carry that with me forever. And then the third person I admire the most, oh gosh, this is so tough because there's so many people out there, and I want to include everyone, but I'll just say our students. Like the students that I work with that I see on the daily or that I've seen in the past and have gone through college and are buying homes, getting married, continuing their school, working, trying to find work, all of that, I admire the heck out of them. I'm just always amazed about, one, all the troubles and the trials and tribulations and the struggles that you as young people have gone through already. To me, it's astonishing how much you've had to deal with at such a young age, and yet persevering and being resilient and bouncing back and continuing to live a life and have goals. To me, it's so beautiful, and it's so impressive to see folks still want to achieve something. So I admire the heck out of our students and their families because although they've had challenges, they somehow figure it out, they move forward, and they carry on. And some of the things that y'all have done and where you've gone out in the world and what you've studied and who you've studied with and what you're studying and what you want out of your own lives, when I hear you all express yourselves in that way, I'm just like, dang, like that is so cool. That you want something better for yourself and you're not letting where you come from or who you are hold you back in any way. So I very much admire the youth here of our community.